Hello dear friends, I'm Asmita. Today we are again continuing with the Pawn and Game series. In this video, we will learn from a position from a game between Berbatov Kiprian versus Chatterjee Debraj. So let's check out. Here's the position. It is white to play and win the game. In this position, black is a pawn up, but probably the disappointing is that black would have a minimal effect because he has a double pawn. However, he made an inaccuracy by playing the last move, that is b6. Sorry, not that. His last move was b6 and he played an inaccuracy. So it was actually a over ambitious move. Instead of b6, the game would have been drawn by playing the move a4. So in this position, I would like to request you, feel free to pause the video and think as white what will you play in this position in order to win the game, not draw the game. White is actually winning in this position after the mistake, that is b6. So congratulations to those who got the brilliant move, that is a4. a4 after the brilliant move, opening the queen side, black does not need his sense of danger anymore. The game is decided. So b into a4 is the first move. Black is also toast after a into b4 because after king b3, black's king is simply too late because after king f8 you simply play the move, that is king into b4, b into a4, king into a4, king e7, king b5, king e6, king into b6, king f5, king c5, king e4, f3 check, king e3, king into d5, and now white simply wins because he has a passer. So let's check out what happens after b into a4. Then b into a5, obviously b into a5. And now white simply plays the move, that is king b2. Black's extra pawns are rather embarrassing because after king f8, king a3, white will simply gobble up the pawns on a4 and a5. King e7, king into a4. King d7, obviously king into a5, king c6, but then what after king c6? In this position, the main idea is that white has to zugzwang the black king. So in order to zigzag the black king, you have to push the pawns on queen side, as you cannot push the pawn on d4 as it is frozen by the other pawn on d5. So let's check out how to zugzwang. Obviously here comes, that is h4, and now f6, g4, g5, and in this position you play the move, that is h into g5, and now black resigns the game. Because after f into g5, f3, g6, black didn't want it to get zugzwang, but after king a6, he is still zugzwang. King c7, king b5, king d6, and king b6. After king d7, you go for king c5, and don't go for opposition in this position, you go for king c5. After king e6, king c6, and now you go for opposition because the black king is in zugzwang after king e7, king into d5, king d7, king e5, king e7, d5, king d7, and you know in this position white wins the game as with the outside passer. King e7, sorry, just a minute. After just before king d7, in this position black is hopeless. If he goes for king f7, then king d6, and you know it's a simple winning position. So let's get back to the starting position. Instead of a4, if white goes for king b3, you are allowing a5. So that's why before the black's last move was b7 to b6. Instead of that, his first move was to play a5. So that's why black didn't play the move that is f5, and that's why he suffered after white's a5. Sorry, a4. The pawn on a5 is the main blocking of the attack. After a4, white was actually hopeless, but suddenly he played that is b6. Then he became hopeless. And then after a4, if king f8, then a into b5, a into b4, king b3, king e8, king into b4, king e7. And still white after king c3, king d6, king d3, king e6, king e3, king f5. Now after king f3, g5, g3, g6, and now h5, g into h5, g into h4. After g5, h5. Now white has a passer on the h5. So that was the disadvantage of black's double pawn. Sorry. So let's get back to the here. Instead, b into just a minute. Okay, after king f8, b into a5 was also possible because b into a4, a into b6, you still win the game. So let's get back to the position. Just before a4, if white played b into a5, and after b into a5, if you still go for a4, then there is no use of a4 in this position. After b4, king b3, and now white is again hopeless. So here after a4, black won't be so black would be very clever not to take the pawn on a4. Instead he played the move that is b4. Again after b into a4, white wins the game. So that won't work. Any other kind of move, still black wins the game, except the move that is a4. So thank you. That's all for this video, and don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon below the video. And please do like my videos. Thank you and have a nice day.